Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt. Welcome to your Wednesday workout. We're going to do 3 rounds of the warm-up, 10 calories, your choice, row, bike, or ski, and then get 10 reps of an air thruster. So the air thruster is a combination movement. We're doing a front squat to a push press. So the emphasis will be on that functional movement pattern of core to extremity. Try to keep your hands at your shoulders until the hips have completed their extension. So I'm squatting all the way down, extending up at the top of the squat. Pop the hips and drive the arms overhead, okay? So we're trying to generate momentum from the extension of the hips, transfer that into the hands and to that completion of the movement, right? And again, on the thruster, when we do these in the workout, we're gonna try to make sure that we don't do the jerk thruster where we go up and then back down and stand, but it's a single hip extension that leads to the press of the arms overhead. After the thrusters, we're gonna do 4 reps on each side of a single leg deadlift. And on the single leg deadlift, we are always trying to keep that core nice and braced. It's not just reaching my hands towards the floor, and I always try to keep that back leg or the moving leg should be engaged. So I want that leg to be almost straight. Maybe a slight bend in the knee is okay, but I don't want it to be bent like this. It's a lot harder to be active in the glute and the hamstring when I have that leg kind of dangling. And that also triggers the muscles in my back to engage when I engage the muscles in my leg, all right? Then we're gonna do a warm-up set of front squats. The movement for today is front squat is the deload cycle of squatting. So the weight will not be heavy, but we will be challenging you with more activation in the postural muscles and the upper back muscles and the arm muscles when we do these. So front squat, fingertip grip on the bar, hands outside the shoulders, and I want you to walk in until you touch the bar with your throat and then shrug forward and up so we get those elbows as close to parallel to the ground as possible. And then we're just performing the same movement as our normal back squat, but just with the bar in front on top of the shoulders. If you need to, if this is an impossible position because of your wrist, elbow, shoulder flexibility, you may feel free to go to the I Dream of Genie position, or you may use the adjustable arms that attach to the bar that can relieve some of that tension in the upper back and shoulders. However, we still want to make sure that you are being active in the upper shoulders, right? That you're still shrugging forward and trying to get the upper arm parallel to the ground to engage all the posture muscles when we do the front squat, and not just using an accessory tool or an alternate position to not work hard, okay? So make sure whatever position you're in, we're still activating all those posture muscles and the shoulder muscles in that position. 90-second rest at most between sets, so there is some compressed time recovery on this, but the weight should be in the 40 to 50% of your front squat, or say like even less than that of your back squat. So when the percentages are that low, it'll be closer. So don't sweat the weight too much. Focus more on the fatigue of the shoulders and keeping that really, really good elbow position, especially on the later reps. So a lot of times we'll start off with a good position, and then rep number 2 and 3, my elbows start to dip. Rep number 4 and 5, my elbows are pointed at the ground. So at the end of the set, I want you to try to remind yourself every single time, elbows up, keep that upper arm or the tricep parallel to the ground. When we finish that, we have a little teeter-totter workout. We're gonna do a row for calories, a lightweight thruster, so 75, 55, or 1 index lighter than whatever your Fran weight is, if you know that, and then jumping lunges. And the teeter-totter, the thrusters are in the middle, they stay the same every round, but the calories on the rower and the jumping lunges change every round, right? So those two, the bookends will switch in size as you go through the 3 rounds. One of them goes up and one of them goes down, where the thrusters stay the same. So the way this will work is we'll start on the calories. So you're doing 20 calories on the rower, and then you have your bar on the ground. 10 thrusters, so I pick that bar out from the ground, and this should be light enough that every set I should be able to do these unbroken, right? Squatting down and then extending up overhead, setting the bar down. If you have just the 10s on your bar for this, please try not to ditch it super hard, because the 10s are the smallest, most fragile weights that we have for the bar. So just use a little caution on that. And then jumping lunges. So 18 reps of a jumping lunge, switching every set, every rep. If you need a band for some support on this, that's fine. I would choose a banded jumping lunge over just a slower, regular, unassisted lunge. Okay, so the goal is quick muscle activation on this one for today. All right, and then on the next ones, the thruster or the rowing goes up and the jumping lunges go down, right, as we go through the workout. So those 3 rounds, and that's for time. And that's it for today. Have a great one. I'll see you guys on Thursday.